Greetings everyone, and Great here with another HBars 2 or 4 replay. Spawn bottom left side as the red English with DivineDFP. Spawn top right side as the blue Mongols. We have AirShwn? Interesting name. Let's see now, English versus Mongols. English of course can deploy out longbowmen as well as some vanguard and early man-at-arms. Both pose a big threat. The Mongols, of course, can pull out Magadai as well as man-at-arms. Magadai are useless in most situations, especially versus longbowmen. So likely going to come down to Keshiks and how he uses them. Likely longbowmen are going to pose a big threat. Probably going to be a longbowman spearman infantry composition versus Keshiks and potentially archers to support them as well. That's just a guess. If he deploys out mass man-at-arms, it's probably just go for mass Keshiks. Do now have an early pasture now deployed on field. I need to get out some more sheeple. Both deer deposits over here, relatively safe position, so he could potentially also pull out the silver tree over here, deploy out, collect out the deer, get outposts near them, and that would be a 2-for-1 special.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's all.
English player almost has enough food. Now can go to the next stage. We do have the deer stone being deployed field, not the silver tree. Deer stone does give him a free Yam network immediately, which will also slightly boost the villager collection rate. While it's mostly good for collecting up the wood. Increase the movement speed to help collect wood. Of course, we've got the council hall over here. Mining camp going up. Looks like the English player is eyeing for additional town center, not eyeing to be aggressive. And so it's up into the Mongols' core. The ball's in Mongols' core in order if he wants to be aggressive. He does pull out his gear over here. This town center is not exactly very well placed, is it? He may want to take time to redeploy the town center to be next to the wood and the gold. You of course have an archer range on the field. He may be eyeing for some archers. Nope, he's going to redeploy it over here, which could be archers, could be for Magadai. Magadai have a very small window but actually useful in the early game. In the Imperial Age, they can be useful as well when they get fully teched up, because when you get the +2 range of the Magadai, they get some decent, like up to 6.5 range. Longbowmen do have 7 range. A little bit less, but it does also allow the Magadai to be a bit more effective, also hitting various targets. Got an early blacksmith there. He may be eyeing for pierce damage. Council hall, he's likely going to pull out some longbowmen. Does get a second town center there. They're pretty close to each other. Mongol players are playing out a large number of archers. Well, second archer range here. He hasn't realized his opponent's being eco, not aggressive. Most English players tend to be aggressive. You also have some early mills being put on the field, and these are going to be very well protected at these nearby town centers. So he's going to go for a massive eco play. He will have an immense economic collection rate. Archers advancing on forward. The Mongol player is going to be severely behind in economic. He's going for engineers, just regular engineers, not improved engineers at the moment. After getting research, he may want to repack up the blacksmith put over here. He doesn't want to get any other research after that. It's easy for English to go up for their farms. They're incredibly cheap at 37 wood per farm. The mill cost still costs a standard 50, and so the equivalent amount of farms versus they can get 3 farms and a mill for not 3 miles of fill. Pasture costs 150 wood. It's just incredibly expensive compared to what the English can deploy out. You can go for just 3 farms, and they'll be cheaper than 1 pasture, and they'll have the same support rate. and they just put a mill next to it, and then they get immense gathering rate, in which there's no way the Mongol will catch up with it. So they are going, he has to be either be incredibly aggressive. He's pulling out some batter rams here. He'll soon have enough wood to get out additional batter ram. He's going just eye for 2, going for his pierce damage research as well. Doesn't have to go for improved engineers just yet. It won't cost stone this moment, and won't be able to make use of it until the next age. And it's now pushing way forward, going for another batter ram there, trying to keep his archers nearby so he can go ahead and perhaps hit these villagers. Does go ahead and back on off. This battering ram's being a little bit stupid, being near that gold deposit. Let's get out of this town center. It's going to just sacrifice the town center. Do now the white tower going up. Got fast castle for the English player with still no military force. He has 3 long bowmen. No research by the Oval just yet. And you could actually get some good damage on these farms. Remember as well, farms do also provide a raid bounty. If these batteries could just start setting these farms alight, that could be incredibly good. You could finish off this battering ram. It's almost complete. It's going straight for the white tower. For the council hall, he actually needs to go for these battering rams. It's going to give him, if you take out just set a blaze with 3 of these, that could give him a quick 150 resources. English players lacking any sort of military force here. The council hall is actually in big threat of going down, actually. Villagers do find a volley down the Khan. It says he has defensive arrow available, but he's not in Castle Age. There's always a little bit of bug in the replay system, because I think the English player is technically selected. Council halls will be destroyed. He has a good number of archers here. He needs man-at-arms to build these archers. And we'll find this gold deposit there. Good number of getting hit. One of the landmarks do go down, and now he'll start setting ablaze for these farms. This battery ram needs to be tasked to hit these houses as well. Farms only have 300 health. So the villagers getting hit as well. They can time to now try to torch down these banner rams as the archers advance, just moving forward. Trying to hit the knight now, just ignore the knight, go straight for those villagers. There's a lot of fire coming out. These knights are archers getting just so quickly overwhelmed. And these archers getting quickly overwhelmed as well. That is a white tower, so that is a keep. There's just a lot of archer fire in this region, to say the least. Let's get some good torching on these farms there. These batteries probably did pace for themselves all the raid bounties. But it made a profit. They had to improve raid bounties. Takes out another farm there. Though the English farms, of course, are quite cheap. Force down that one. 2 of them are now down, and this last one is down as well. It'll take a bit of time for the council hall to be repaired on up. Could just send 1 villager repaired up. It's not. It's supposed to be important. The Mongol player has a minimal force on the field. The English player is going for more knights, so probably some more spearmen being ordered. Now he's eyeing for the separate out, which is a good gold landmark to improve the drop-off rate of this gold deposit. And he's going to collect a minimal amount of gold here as well. We also got already a now absurd number of pastures here. The villager count is quite even, so he's killed off enough villagers to even out. Both players are not in a good position overall. The Mongol player is lacking a lot of production structures. He has a couple archer ranges. That's it. He needs to get out some crossbows as soon as he can. That's a scout there, which actually is important. And he does see these knights here. And the Khan will go down. He's going for mass, there's a pair of barracks there, going for a 3rd archer range. He's got some crossbows and spearmen. Crossbow spearmen is probably a good combination against these knights he's going to be fighting against very soon. 2 crossbows and all the build queue. Green has been, or not green, blue has been maintaining expenditures of his stone, so he doesn't have any additional research he can get at the moment. You're now the blacksmith repacking up over here, has reset up the pasture away from it so we can get there. And the ovo is actually expired. You can always pull out a monastery there and go through the next age to get out to the replacement for the ovo. But right now it's going to maintain good sheep collection. A bit too many sheep are being collected. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's enough for 40 villagers worth of villager collection at the moment. That's a little bit too much. He only has half of that. He does have spearmen now being part of the field, but they're only regular spearmen, not even hardened spearmen. Hardened spearman research has been complete, and he is now the elites or veteran spearman there. Crossbows finding good volley there. There's 90 villagers back there, so in the pastures do have minimal health. Not necessarily minimal, 750, but that can easily go down. Now we'll make us Blue know that his opponent's going for relics. Has Red deployed another town center. Red has deployed out another town center. Got a good number of knights in this region. Blue's being defensive. He's worried about those knights. He has no mounted units to move around with. He's going for his own man-at-arms, which will be inferior to the English man-at-arms when they get fully upgraded. Right now, the English player is deploying up minimal forces. Has 2 monasteries there. He is eyeing to be a bit greedy to claim these relics. We'll spot all these pastures here. Does pack up the blacksmith. He's eyeing for another ovo now. Trying to force down some of these pastures. Spearman will get some good damage onto them. The ovo does go down. He sees that gone. Not sure if that means much. But these spearmen are getting overwhelmed. They're not elite or veteran spearmen. And so now these pastures will be start going down. He needs more spearmen. More villagers being tasked on to the sheep now. He does pick up these pastures there. It's going to be a pain in the butt to get them all replaced. They need to work on quality of life on the Mongol structures. They are not fun to move around. There's a reason why people just rather build new structures than rather than migrate around with them, because it is not convenient. You have to select each individual structure, deploy, select another structure, deploy, select another structure, deploy. You cannot select them, and if you try to smash select them all and do it, it only just does one, and you can't tab through all of them. They're not, I believe that they could. Oh, they're migrating to this ovo there. Good micro there. If they were to make it so it's a single entity cast rather than group cast, it probably would help them out. I'm not sure if they have that capability in Age of Empires 4, but that's how it works in Couple Years 2 when it comes to this engine. But now these pastures are able to retask a bit more properly there. There's probably still a good number of sheep there. He has 40 villagers in this region. Yep, he has no idle village at the moment. He does have some more sheep here. Zolok Dog gains some bites on the monks. Does get his 4th relic reclaimed. And now the Mongol player's eyeing to go for another advance. He's pulling out some more battery rams here with his forces. And he does have the torch there. He probably has his area spotted. Red is not really pulling out much military force in the field, so Blue has a pretty significant force, including a good number of crossbows to engage these knights. Now deploying out a large number of Magadai. Interesting. You may be eyeing to rush forward. Magnai are actually, their best usage is actually hitting villagers and traders. So they can just task them to run through a farming line and they can take them all out and do a drive-by. Veterans getting overran. Got some spearmen here. They are veteran spearmen. It is hitting some of these villagers over here. Very good. Agonals or Springalds getting some hits there on these battering rams. We got battering ram here. We'll be getting some good torch damage. We'll be able to get some good raid bounties here. What if he has that researched? No, he does not. This would have been a very heated technology for him to pick up a bit of time ago. Got the man-at-arms, engage the man-at-arms. The English man-at-arms do have the armor-clad research. And those man-at-arms do not have a hack armor research as well, so they're going to take a lot of damage from these opposing man-at-arms. Couple Springalds here getting hit. Those armies will be cleaned up, but he has more reinforcements on the field. He could perhaps push forward the Khan, get the defensive arrow going. Doesn't have the whistling arrows or the improved whistling arrows at the moment. Couple forward siege workshops being pulled up by blue. Interesting. Even though he can pull out these units forwardly, he does not have the improved siege workshop. Does only cost stone form at the moment. Step Redoubt has been redeployed over here. Got more archer rangers being put on field. More longbowmen will be very useful versus opponent's composition, since this guy has a lot of crossbows. And his main arms is is higher quality than his opponent's main arms as well, so you go from man arms longbow. Blue may want to eye for some mangonels. Got some Springalds here. Crossbows getting hit by the longbows. Blue's man-at-arms are moving around. Of course, secret fire there. Start engaging, but Blue has more man-at-arms engaging Red's man-at-arms. These man-at-arms getting hit by Blue's crossbows. And now the English longbow is trying to get overran. They can still do some decent damage to these man-at-arms. Do 4 damage per arrow. Springalds is going to shoot against them. You've got the Magnadai and the Khan moving around the flanks. There is a little bit of breach here from the exploit, but maybe built by the time they get over there. Blue's army starting to back on off. Magnadai gets good hits there onto these villagers. They do ghost everything in time, but there's still a breach there. He can focus on the single wall second there. Only has 12 health. It can quickly go down those Magnadais. Does get some good hits there. Does take out one of the Springalds. Both sides have lost Springald. Blues does get the sword draw there, but his does take it out before receiving any retaliation. Magnadai now charging forward. They could potentially hit these longbowmen. He's trying to skirt around. He's trying to get a good engagement there. Trying to hit those opponent's villagers. There's all exposed farms there, so this is one of the few times the Magnadai can be very useful. Outpost now seeing some fire there. And pack up the siege workshops and get on out of there. Blue's backing off this force. Khan and Magnadai should really eye to engage. I'm not sure what they're doing at the moment. Yep, deploys on another gear. It's easier to pull out gears from trying to redeploy with them. Siege workshops now seeing a bit of fire there. He could try to let them go down, create it for a bit of time. Better Magnadai come pushing it forward. They do have their their damage upgrades as well as pierce armor. They do have very good rate of fire, but the range is very, very low at 3.5. They need to get up to they basically need to get up to Imperial Age to get up to their 5.5 range, which is slightly better than regular archers. But right now, their 3.5 range is really, really pathetically poor. Now we're going to see these guys push up forward. All you need to do is not necessarily attack villagers, but simply give them move order to go over here. Find some hits there on these villagers. They do have textiles research, so they have 50% more health. But none of those villagers have gone down. Now, even out the villager queue, Blue's back or front line over here is starting to disintegrate. Sheep are still being brought on in. Some of these pastures started going down. Losing those pastures is a big problem. He needs some mangonels. So these Magadai is starting to get hit. Man, on charging forward, but there's a lot of crossbows, and as well as longbows get some good damage. Those crossbows trying to get some damage on in. And does get a bunch of Magadel on the build queue. These Magadai do escape on out of there. They did just get some great amount of kills there. Blue has killed a good number of villagers. The Blue's now ahead on the villagers. But right now, his opponent has better economic collection rate due to the fact how the mills are just very, very powerful. While he only has the base upgrades, no stone research to any of them. Springald's don't go Springald while under fire like that. Maganel's pushing forward, gets good hits there. Man arms to take out that Springald there. That Springald either got canceled or destroyed by the Springald over here. Maganel finds a good hit there. More man arms being pushed on forward by Blue. It needs something, I suppose. Spearman will just get ripped apart by his longbowmen. Finds another mining, does find this mining camp there. We'll be able to get us some of those villagers. And arms being just enough. But if we get some Keshaks instead overall, that should be a bit more durable. And arms push away forward. Find some more of these villagers there. He's doing a good job of hitting these villagers with the Magadai. We got 4 Maganels here. That's very, very powerful. And the Magadai do fall back in time. Now you notice also there's no walls over there, so Crest uses it as another breach. Springald push away forward. That could be overwhelmed by the Maganels. Asher starting to go on down. Springald and Maganels push way forward. Takes out one of the Springalds there. Massive hit there on those man-at-arms, annihilating them. While his man-at-arms push on forward. While the Zorbalaz shots there, keep along his crossbows and Springalds push forward to engage opponents in infantry force. It allows his Maganels to get a lot of damage on these forces. They're going to overkill that man-at-arm. Yep, really overkilled that one. Does get the good kill on that one. But he needs more front line. These Magadai in the column could push on forward. Does use the arrow research, but he's out of their archers there. And the Maganels cannot be affected by the arrow research. Springald's getting some good point damage as well. He has a lot of siege force. Good hits there onto the longbowmen, annihilating them. Blue has a smaller force in the field, but it's a high value siege force. And these man-arms streaming one at a time will get ripped apart by the crossbowmen and by the Springalds. This is one of the few times where Springald's able to be useful against infantry because they're just poking at these units that they come in one at a time. Does have a Springald in place. We're going for fortified outposts. It hits there on these villagers. Springalds annihilates red Springald there. Man-at-arms not pushing forward, but the Springalds need to stand and fight against the man-at-arms in order so the Maganels can take them out. That's what I'm trying to say. It's okay if they take hits. It's the Maganels you don't want them to take hits. The English player needs to take time to regroup. Got 5 Spring Golds, 5 Mangonels. Blue needs more front line. He's going for more Mega Die to hit his opponent's economy. There's no palisade walls over here. Some idle villagers. Takes out that man at arms. Mangonel's not getting receiving some hits there. Spring Gull's taking them out. Taking out those man at arms quite easily. Crossbows or have to stand and fight. Spring Gulls are exchanging fire. Man at arms gain some damage around Spring Gulls. May take out one of them. More mana's pushing forward to be able to save the Spring Gulls or Mangonels. Mangonels getting ripped apart by the Spring Gold emplacement. Blue's Mangonels have mostly gone down. Got some more crossbow and man arms here. Blue's lost a number of Mangonels as well. Finds a good hit there on the longbows. Finds good hits there on the longbows with the Mangonels. Looks like I got 4 more Mega Die on the field somewhere. Blue's running low in gold there. He's going to need to reposition. Maybe I better go to that one rather than this one. A bit farther away means maybe a little bit safer. Blue has a massive reserve of resources. You may want to go eye for Imperial Age rather than soon. The Cognic Palace would be very useful in that situation. Some good hits there. Magadai receiving a bit of fire there. Khan's here to support as well. Of course, Magadai do horrendously bad versus Man at Arms. They have, of course, 8 pierce armor. These Magadai have 8 damage, so they do 1 damage per arrow. He could try getting a battering ram over this region, but looks like it's abandoned for the time being. Blue has a much smaller force in the field. He's eyeing for more man-at-arms, more crossbows. His production is not that great. He does not have the improved military academies, just the basic military academies. He actually has a lot of stone for it, so should be able to get it. He has 1,000 stored up stone. Another wave of Mangonels. Finds some massive hits there on multiple of these man-at-arms. These Spring Gold receiving some fire there. And arms over here starting to go down. Get some damage on this Mangonel. Does take out Spring Gold and a Mangonel. That Mangonel does go down to the Spring Golds. Blue's man arms pushing it forward. Got the Magadai advance along the flank once again. And this force could potentially hit this force significantly. Blue needs to focus on defense over here. He's hitting those sheep a little bit too far forward. He lost a number of the pastures. He could fill some more. He could perhaps get a gear over here and start collecting up the berries. There's also a safe berry deposit back here if he's having trouble getting his guys maintained. Yeah, let's go for this farther one here. Let's go for an outpost and going for a stone deposit there. Good hit there. Mangonels are starting to go down. Magadai will find these villagers there. Does use the arrow. Astra's starting to go on down. Red has a massive force here. This force has been done nothing. All those man arms go down, and blue does back out the game now. It's Anna Great saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.